Hey guys, Comics G-Man here, and holy shit, Film Threat put out another video, and it looks like Milly strikes back. Milly Alcock strikes back at toxic fans. Film Threat versus. Holy shit, this is new stuff. I want to hear about it. So let's listen to this together, and you'll hear my reactions as we go. I didn't watch this yet, so we'll see what's going on here. Holy shit.
Person who has gotten caught up into this Milly Alcock, I feel sorry for, because I believe she has been brutally honest. When you see her on the red carpet, she has been honest about. She said in an interview with someone you and I both know, Rob Scott Mance. She was asked in an interview, which I can show.
I saw that interview.
Yeah, it was just like, she said, look, the hardest thing is doing these interviews and junkets. She wasn't trained for that. She wasn't trained for red carpet or doing marketing or posing and for glamour photos or doing endless interviews day after day and jetting around the world. She's an actress. So
no, that's not true though. She was trained for it. They made a point in one of the articles that I read to say that she was, I think it was a Variety article. She was trained for it. She is trained for it. She just finds it nerve-wracking and has anxiety surrounding it. But she was trained for it.
Well, being a gay icon is hard.
Yeah, and she talks about some things here about the actual comic.
I just stayed really true to the Tom King comic book because that was our version of our story that we were telling. And I tried to contextualize her experiences and reality of space into the world that we exist in now. And like, what does this actually mean?
What the fuck are you talking about? That sounds like Snyder bullshit to me. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say it. Like, isn't that exactly what Snyder said about Superman? That it's like how Superman is reacting to the real world. You know what I'm saying? And like I said in my last video, Superman wouldn't be changing from us. Superman, if he was real, would be changing our world for us. We would be changing to him. So this sounds like Snyder bullshit.
I just kind of crossed my fingers and hoped for the best, basically.
All right, that's the most honest thing she said, I think. That honestly, I think that's really what it is. All the other stuff that she just said before that is just total gobbledygook. But that last one where then she giggled at the end, that was the truth. So yeah, that's pretty based. I think that was more of the truth right there.
I just stayed.
She's not prepared for all this attention that it's getting. What I'm disappointed.
I mean, but look at Milly here, right? Like, she's an extremely beautiful woman, right? Very friendly looking. She seems fun to be around. I don't think she's political. I think she doesn't actually give a shit about that. This is just how it is. She's not like some of the other actresses I've seen that are like really mean about things. So she seems like a fun girl, you know? So I don't have anything against Milly. I think she seems like a great girl. I just think James Gunn is an asshole and Tom King is poison to DC. And they made her be something she's not. Now, even though she's an actress and she's supposed to play a character that she's not, it's not a good character for anybody, the way they wrote it. I mean, the way they wrote it in the movie, I don't think anybody could have made this role look even decent.
For all this attention that it's getting. What I'm disappointed about is that now it's coming back on the fans.
It does.
Oh, of course.
You know, toxic fans. There's a couple articles. I'll bring them up. But what are your thoughts about this? I think she's a very good actress. I think she'll survive all of this.
Yeah.
You know, all this.
I don't think this is anything new. It's been misogyny and toxic fans since Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel,
yeah.
Starfall.
So this isn't anything new. This is just, and you see it online. And
I mean, these feminists can't. She's absolutely right. This is nothing new. Like, it's just not going away. Like these people still live in 2015, 2017. You know, like it's just the same talking points, same arguments. Yeah, she's absolutely right. This girl, I don't know her name. I just know Chris and Robert here, and that's it. I'm kind of new. I've been watching these guys recently for Supergirl. I used to watch them a couple years ago, but it's been a while.
She's not alone in getting this type of hate. Like even The Rock gets hate, right? That like actors, you put yourself in the public eye, all of that.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, The Rock could go fuck himself. I mean, I like him and don't like him. Like he's funny, but I mean, dude, Black Adam, what he did with that, I think The Rock kind of fucked up the DC Snyderverse. I think he's kind of accountable for a lot of that failure as well. I don't think they should have made Black Adam and Shazam. I think as much as I'm a Shazam fan, I love Shazam, I love Captain Marvel, those movies probably ruined Snyder's chances of continuing his work. So if you didn't have Shazam, Shazam 2, and Black Adam, I think we would have had, Snyder movies post Justice League. I think we would have probably finished Snyder's vision. So those movies ruined it. Now, it wasn't Zachary. I'm not saying it was Levi's fault, the guy who played Captain Marvel. Not his fault. But they overdid it when they brought in The Rock as Black Adam. They overdid it. Now, it sounded great when it was happening at the time, but the movie wasn't good. It's still not good. The best part of Black Adam for me was Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate, and I don't remember the actor's name, but the guy who played Hawkman was fucking awesome. I even still have the McFarlane figure. So, yeah, those guys were awesome, but the movie itself was bad, and The Rock was kind of a dick. He wanted a movie where he was going to fight Superman. So I think The Rock's arrogance it's not that it's completely his fault, but I think somehow The Rock is somehow partially responsible for Snyder's movies not coming to fruition.
You get hate everywhere. But
wait, what does that say? It's hard to be universally beloved. Milly Alcock goes deep on her Supergirl journey, from auditioning to tuning out toxic fans. I mean, I'd like to know Wonder Woman. I think most people liked Wonder Woman, right? So
this movie, they want to spin it as it's a superhero movie that stars a woman. Therefore, she is expected to get hate. There's going to be misogynistic comments. People are going to hate it. Men aren't going to see it, even though I think it was like 59% of the demographic that went to go see it was male and not female.
Yeah, I was one of the retards.
And they're just going to spew hate at her just because she is a woman leading a superhero film. And that's why it's going to fail. If it fails, it's on those toxic fans. It's a song and dance that has been done by the media multiple times. You can just see it coming. So,
and it's just ridiculous. Like, how are these people who keep saying the same things over and over about this stuff, how are they even still working? How are they still making money? I don't understand how this works.
It's not that. It's just a bad movie. And now it's just a bad movie. It's a bad movie. She was in a bad movie. It's a bad superhero movie. And, fans are going to spend their money where they want to spend money. And if it's a bad movie, they're not going to watch it. It has nothing to do with toxicity or misogyny. It's just a bad superhero movie.
She could also point to all the chocolate memes, though, and feral kid memes. So,
right.
But,
well,
those are memes.
I think that got definitely amplified when she made the Christian dad comment. Like, it seemed like things really ramped up when that came out. And it's one of those things, too, where it's like you can see it just from the outside if you watch with all of these scenarios where the less that they address this stuff that we're talking about and the less that they talk about it and don't call attention to it, just roll with it, the less flack they catch. But this was one of the many where they kept calling it out.
This movie wasn't even fun to watch.
Yeah.
There was nothing in it. It didn't put a smile on my face. A Superman.
No, it's absolutely torture. It's torture. Family
movie should have something that makes you feel good, something that makes you smile, something that makes you think, I wish. It's wish fulfillment.
That's this guy down here talking, Rob, that I was talking about in my last video. He's really good. He's obviously a DC comic nerd like me, so like me and him are on the same wavelength. This guy always says things that I'm exactly what I'm thinking here. This guy, I just scrolled it up because I'm pretty sure I'm covering him with my webcam, but I just want you to see him down here. Yeah, he's really good, that guy. He's really good.
In this movie, there was not one instance you never got to see Supergirl be super.
No, and Lobo wasn't fun. He was just like, as pointed out, it was just that was just Jason Momoa.
Yeah,
he sucked. Well, and what Rob just said is my biggest thing, because my 13-year-old daughter was asking to go to this, and from everything that I had heard, I was like, let's pump the brakes. If it's great, if it happens to surprisingly be great, I'll take you. She was like, I really want to go. I was like, let me see it first. By the end of this movie, I could not have been happier that I did not expose her to this film. Like, this is not a movie for young teenage girls to watch this washed up, miserable, drunk. Like, it's just, there's no good example set. And then, as we talked about with how this movie sends things off, it's not like they sent Krim off into the Phantom Zone or anything like that. She just murders him at the end of the film, while the whole film, the only message is be good, and then she does that. It's just, there's nothing redeemable whatsoever about this film. And
yeah, he's absolutely right. And anybody who's criticizing it, guys like that, who have daughters, who have children, and if that's how they feel about it, they have every right to feel like they need to protect their daughters from watching the movie. Because like I said, I saw the father and the daughter when I was at the fan screening, and they left and they were completely disappointed in it. And this was no role model for any girls. And if you did the same thing for Superman, I would be saying it is no role model for boys. If you had Superman acting like this, I'd be saying the same thing. It has nothing to do with her being a woman. It's just the character and the morals of her character in this are just nowhere. There's nothing interesting about it. There's no challenge faced toward her that really challenges her as a person. Everything is just lame. It's not a good movie. So like anyone who criticizes guys like that was just talking about his daughter, you're a fucking retard. Now, I don't have children, but I could completely understand why a father would feel that way. Why do you have a problem with a father feeling like he wants to protect his daughter and he doesn't want her to look at that as a role model? He has every right to do that. That's his daughter, not yours. So just saying, you people need to get fucking straight here. You people need to stop fucking being weird about this stuff. You need to stop attacking people for being people. You know, you got to stop attacking fathers for being fathers. It's fucking weird. It really is.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say it pisses me off because I really would have loved to take my daughter to see a Supergirl movie, and I literally couldn't.
Yeah. Do we have notes for this story about where she addresses toxic fans?
We do.
Okay, let's go for that. And then a new story. I really think the media has turned on DC and Gunn. He's a target now.
Yeah, and I hope Chris kind of talks a bit more about that, because I'm still amazed on how they turned on James Gunn and how they're shitting on this movie. Like, I can't figure out why, because it has all of the things that they do, right? Like, it gives a middle finger to the fans. It's a horrible, mushy film that has absolutely no messages. It doesn't challenge the female character. There's no arc. The hero's journey is completely absent, and very, very, very watered down, to say the least. So I'm surprised that the critics are shitting all over this movie. So I'd like to know, like, what Chris thinks, what anyone else thinks. Like, why is this happening? What the hell is going on here?
And there's another story just dropped, which let's get to this first.
So that's actually what my video was about today. Yes, it seems the trust the process for Gunn is not working any longer. All right, Milly Alcock on toxic fans. Rather than pretending criticism won't happen, Alcock says she's expecting it. She admits she's nervous about whether fans will accept her version of Supergirl, the impact the movie could have on her everyday life, and online criticism and harassment. However, she says she's trying to remind herself that not everyone will like every interpretation of a beloved character, and that's something she can't control. Drawing from her experience with House of the Dragon, Alcock discusses the darker side of fandom. She says, social media often amplifies the loudest negative voices. Many attacks come from anonymous or burner accounts, and she's actively trying to spend less time online because reading criticism can reinforce self-doubt. Instead, she focuses on the opinions of people she trusts rather than strangers online. Alcock acknowledges that female-led superhero projects are often attract an especially high.
Well, here's the thing about what Millie is saying here. She's right and wrong at the same time. I actually kind of agree with some of the stuff she's saying, because you can't listen to everybody, right? I mean, because there are a lot of people that will just hate something just because, for no reason. And it's just, bullshit. But then there are also people on the other side that will just love anything for no reason. Like my grandpa used to talk about my aunt. My aunt used to be kind of politically correct a bit, and she loved everybody, loved this, loved that, loved this. But my grandpa says, well, if you love everybody and you give away your love so much, what value is there really in your love? So it goes along the same way with the super positive reviews that you see online. But of course there are but then here's the thing. There are people that can eloquently explain why they really love something, and they really, really do. And so that's valid. And then there are people who can explain why they really, really hate something, and I think it's valid. The ones that are like you don't look at are like just the ones that are saying like, a couple of words and that's it, and they maybe just say stupid shit, like a line or two. But I think the people who really, really mean it, and they could explain themselves in a paragraph, a couple paragraphs, are worth listening to. That's what I feel like sometimes. And, if you don't want to listen to any criticism at all, I don't see how you're going to get better. I understand, if people are just saying, I could get why she would shut off, for example, the one where I have my video and the thumbnail says, bitch, please. You know what I mean? But my other video that says ultimate analysis, and it's 59 minutes long and very detailed and, as objective as I could be, I think that she would, not her, she doesn't have to, but the writers or the directors would learn a thing or two from a video like that. But yeah, to just shut your mind to that and only open your mind to just the 10 out of 10s, that's not going to do you any favors either.
Hostile corner of the internet. She argues that women in these roles are frequently scrutinized more harshly. Online outrage often says more about the people posting than the actor themselves. If her performance upsets the right kind of people, she's comfortable with that. She describes Kara as a hero dealing with trauma and healing rather than simply saving the world. That's what I say to that.
What do you guys think?
They know what they're doing.
Can you imagine if Robert Pattinson came out and said this exact thing, about people's criticisms of him being cast as Batman?
Yeah, it would be weird. It would be weird.
Yeah, he'd come off as a pussy if he did that, but I don't think he's a pussy. I think he's pretty solid. I liked Robert Pattinson in Batman. I thought he was pretty cool in that. But yeah, dude, you don't see him doing that. He just does his thing, and that's it. The fans, you have to let the fans do their thing, and that's it. But by her responding to this, it does. I don't know. I doubt she's doing it on her own accord. I'm sure the marketing team is telling her to do this, and it's just another way of getting more eyes on Supergirl. And they're hoping probably by marketing stuff and having Millie do this, they're probably hoping that there'll be people who'll be, oh, look at Millie. She's getting attacked and she's getting criticized and she's trying to hold her line and be positive. We should go and support her. So, the marketing team is probably telling Millie to do this because the movie is not doing good at all. You see, Robert Pattinson didn't have to do anything like that because the Batman movie was doing good. And I think mostly people liked it. I know there are people who didn't like it with their reasons, but I think that was a very good movie, had great cinematography, had great action scenes. and it really felt more like a detective film, which fits into Batman's world. And then it led into the brilliant Penguin TV show, which I love. So, yeah, dude, you don't have to do stuff like this when your movie is just good. But when your movie is bad, you have to start doing stuff like this for marketing reasons. For start calling out fans and start striking at them because you think, well, if it's negative press, it's still positive press because we're getting attention, right? So that's what I think is going on here with Milly. I think they have her doing this.
Because he was scrutinized as well. He was heavily scrutinized. They were like, "Are you kidding? The Twilight guy, Sparkle
Twilight
Batman."
Boy.
Well, he talked about even working out, like he's not even working out. And he made jokes about it, but he did actually work out.
Yeah.
He did.
This is the playbook, by the way. You saw this with Acolyte and every other goddamn project.
All right, so yeah, that was from their stream. I didn't watch their whole stream. I just waited until they put out clips and stuff. But yeah, good points on all that. I think they made some good points. I forgot about that, about the Twilight stuff that they used to say about him. But yeah, I thought Pattinson did a good job as Batman. But yeah, guys, like, what do you think about Milly striking back? You think it's a marketing ploy to get more people to come to the movies? They figure negative attention is attention anyway. What do you guys think is going on here? Let me know in the comments.